Fifth graders. Today we are doing lesson 3, the second lesson part of it. So if you would open up your owl book and tear out page 16 and 17, we'll get started. Remember to pause this video while you're getting your page ready to go. You can pause the video by hitting the space bar or by going ahead and just using the controls at the bottom and hitting pause. Okay, now that you have your book out and you're ready to go, let's see. We are talking about rounding decimals, not whole numbers, but decimals. It says read the problem, then explore different ways to round the decimals. We're going to look at two different ways. This one right here, which is a number line, and we're going to look at this one right here, which is a place value chart. So we have a story problem. Mara has a shelf that is 2 97/100 meters long. She buys craft boxes that are 273 thousandths meter long. Maura wants to round these numbers to the nearest tenth to estimate how many boxes fit on the shelf. About how many boxes fit on the shelf. So we're going to be rounding both of these numbers to the tenth. So I want you to think of a big long shelf, and then we have little individual boxes, and we want to be able to set those on there. So what we have is a number right here, a number right here, and the directions to round to the nearest tenth. The first one shows us what it looks like on a number line. So we're going to take our 273 thousandths, and I'm going to write that off to the side so I can focus on that a little bit. 273. Okay, and I'm going to underline the tenth because that's my focus. That's where I'm trying to go because that's what it told us to do in the story problem. It said we're going to round to the nearest tenth, so I've got that one underlined. Now, when we round, we know that little saying that says 5 or more, raise the score, 4 or less, let it rest. Nothing says to take it down. So this 2 is never going to turn into a 1. So I know that my lowest number is going to be 2/10, and my next highest number is 3/10, which is why we have a number line with 2/10 right there and 3/10 at the other end. Now, in the middle of 2 and 3, so if you think of a 2 and a 3, what's in between is 2.5. Well, we don't really write it 2.5. We divide this 2/10 into 10 equal spots, and we label those along the number line. So if the middle is 25, that must mean this is 24, this is 23, this is 22, and this is 21. Now, going the other way, we have 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. So hopefully you can understand how we got our 2/10, our 3/10, and then we found our halfway mark. Our halfway mark is always an important part because that's what tells us what to do. So this was 25 hundredths. This is 26 hundredths. This right here is 27 hundredths. This one was 28 hundredths. Now, because this focus number is in thousandths, each one of these is divided into tens also. And we know that if we had a halfway of here, it would be right there, and it would be a 5. But it's a 3, so it falls up here. So that's where the 273 thousandths goes on a number line. And what I can see is that it is on this end of the number line, not this end down here, so it's closer to the 3/10. So 273 thousandths rounded to the 10th equals 3/10. Okay, I also like to say when we have a number like this, 273 thousandths, we underline the 2 because that's in the tenths place, and that's what the story problem told us. I look at this number right beside it, and I sometimes draw this arrow. He's the neighbor that's going to get very bossy, and he says 5 or more, raise the score, 4 or less, let it rest. So because it's 5 or more, it tells this number to go up. That's part of the other understanding of 3/10. So we know that each box is approximately 3/10. So now I'm just going to label this 3 box. And now we're going to focus on the shelf. So we look down here at our next model. It says use a place value to compare 2 97/100 to the nearby tenths. Again, I always suggest we write the number 2 97 hundredths. We're going to round it to the 10th. So I'm going to put it right there, put my line under that 9. Excuse me. And this one, again, because of this, remember, a number cannot go down. This is never going to go down to an 8. It's either going to stay a 9 or it's going to raise up. Well, the next number beyond a 9 is a 10. And you can't have 2 digits sitting right here. I can't have a 10 sitting here. But when I have a 10 sitting somewhere like that, it means the number beside it is going to go up. So because this 7 is the neighbor and it's looking at this 9 and it's saying 5 or more, raise the score. So this 9 goes up to a 10, but a 10 cannot sit there. So that's going to be a 0, and we're going to carry that little one over here. So it's going to be a 3. So now let's look at this place value chart. Because I know that this 9 is never going to be an 8, I'm going to start over here with 2 and 9/10. Then I just want to make all these numbers so that it helps me understand where I'm going. Our real number is 2 and 97 hundredths. It's right there. I could do 2 and 91 hundredths, 2 and 92 hundredths, 2 and 93 hundredths, 2 and 94 hundredths, 95 hundredths, 96. So you can see how these are all lined up. They're all in a row. This is our middle section. This is there. And then when we actually plug in the number 2 and 97 hundredths, we can see that it's closer to the 3/10. So that's just one more to help us understand. Okay. This page has a lot of writing. I'm just going to skip this one. Okay, so you can just put a little mark on that. Look at the second model. We're going to skip that one. Now, to the nearest 10th, how long is the shelf? I want to go back to that page. The shelf is how long? This isn't 3/10. This is a whole number, 3. So right here, the shelf is 3. And I want to go back and see meters long. 3, and I'm going to put my M so I know it's 3 meters. Now, how long is a craft box? Let's go back. Our craft box was this first model, and we decided that it was 3/10. So this one gets our decimal and a 3. And was it labeled meters also? So this one's 3 meters, and this one's 3/10, so that's going to be a lot shorter. About how many boxes would fit on this? Well, let's count by 3s. So if I did 3, and then 6, and then 9. So about how many boxes will fit on the shelf? 3. Okay, but it's really 3/10. It's not 3 boxes. 3/10 would fit in one section. If this is 3 meters, so, okay, that whole thing is cut into 3 meters. So 3/10, we could have 1 box right here, 1 box right here, and 1 box right here. Then we could have a box right here, a box right here, and 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 a box right there. So about how many boxes can we fit in there? I would say 9, not 3. Okay. You can use the digit to the right of the place value that you want to round to tell you if you should go up or down. That is our 5 or more, raise the score, 4 or less, let it rest. Describe how models can help you round a decimal. Well, when we do a model, we can see where the center part is. So if I took a line this long and I know that this is my center spot and that my dot comes down here, I know it's going to be closer to this side than this side. So so what it really helps you, you don't have to write that, just make sure that you understand that. When a number is exactly halfway between nearby tenths, should you round up or down? 5 or more, raise the score. Okay, so 5, that makes it go up. Okay, and I'm not even going to worry about those right now. I want to make sure that you understand this. Have a great day.